Okay, yes, I can share my screen. Can you hear me and see my screen too?
We can, yes, brilliant.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I am excited to tell you about my project. I'm just setting my to share with you the summary of the project that I've been working on, and it's called Champions of Reimagined Assessment. So I worked on a framework of alternative assessment, and the idea is what should an assessment look like is not an essay and that is not a multiple choice exam, and what are the principles behind it. So these are from all the readings that I did. This is the framework that I came up with. But then I noticed that people were doing amazing things, and I wanted to know who they are, and I wanted to know what they were doing, inspire experience. So I sent an invitation to people asking them, if you are not assessment, and I would like to invite you to be one of the champions, to create a short video and tell people what you're doing. And this way people can learn from each other and we can grow together. So today what I want to do is I want around 20 examples from the ones that I got. This is a map that shows all the contributions that I received. I have 132 contributions in all the disciplines in all over the world, as you can see here, and people have done it in every imaginable way, and they are fun and exciting. So I asked people to give me a word to describe what reimagined assessment meant for them. Created this out of it, and you can see here that what they said is like it gives students choice, it is authentic, it allows students failure, but it's a safe failure, allow students to make friends, the responsibility. I'm not going to tell you all about it because I will give you the links to all the channels that we have, and you can also see what people have been doing. So, examples. I'm going to start with Eportfolios, and here you can she's in the University of Cape Town, and she used Eportfolios in medical education to assess her students. Of course, these are screenshots from videos that the contributors have done. So when I give you the link, you can also go in and check what they have done. All of them have made like videos that are shorter than 5 minutes. And this is the goal, to have them on social media and easily watched. We also have Alice. She shared her ePortfolio practice, and she blog, and she shares like instructions of how she gave the assessment and how she assessed it. Another type of reimagined assessment is what I like to call open educational resources or renewable assessment. For example, Joanne from the Open University of the Philippines, she asked students to create, and they created content for the management class, and students were, and what they did, they created OER for other people to see. Celia from York University, she's in the Faculty of Education, and she asked students to create, it's a website that has a summary of books that they have to read, that they need to read, and provide the summary. And these summaries are available to everyone and available for the next classrooms. So here the assessment renewable is not only for the instructor. Sylvia from University of Alberta, she used multimodal compositions to allow the students to choose how they wanted to demonstrate their learning. And multimodal could include writing, but at the same time could include videos, could include podcasts, could include infographics. So students can choose what they want to use. We also have Claire from Hallam Sheffield. Wrong, I am sorry. She teaches mathematics, and she allows students to also choose, and she allows them to either use a video or written word. And in her video, she explains how she uses that in her classroom and what kind of feedback she gets from the students, what kind of reactions. We also have Lily Rose. She teaches And in order to allow the students to become partners and increase their agency, the assessment, she asked the students to create the exam questions and then work toward them. So students are empowered to create their own exam question and at the same time prepare for their own exam for the exams because they know the exam questions in advance. And this way, this gives them more power and more agency. TAB uses social annotation and or you can call it collaborative annotation. And here where all the students go into a shared document and then they annotate there. And there are multiple ways of assessing that. If you want to learn more. Lauren in law studies, she uses debate, and here she gave her video a very interesting title, and it's called Argue With Me. She, instead of assessing the students in a traditional way, she uses debate to do that. Peggy from Sam Houston State University uses escape rooms, and she also has videos that you can find also on the channel that shows you how to create an escape room. So if you are interested in using an escape room to assess your learners, you can watch her video and also learn more about how to create an escape room using, I think, Google Forms, if I'm not mistaken. Infographic. Nadine from the American University of Cairo in Cairo uses infographics. She allows the students to create infographics instead of writing an essay, for example, to showcase that they are learning. Maha, I think she's with us today. She uses gamified assessment, and you'll see we did here an interview style where she explains how she uses gamified assessment to assess her students and the impact that it has on her students and how that works in her classroom. Miranda uses embedded assessment, and the interesting thing about her assessment is that she uses it as learning. So there's no lecturing in her course, and the assessment as the learning itself. So as the students are doing the micro assessment, as she uses them 3 per week, then they are learning through these assessments. Anisha does embedded assessment as well, and she does peer assessment and embedded discussions, and she speaks about how this helps the students grow and how it helps create more cooperative learning. And her and her team have done research about this, and she published about it, and you can see the impact of how this type of this type of assessment on the students. So in addition to other techniques that I also received ideas such as trust and compassion and belonging as assessment. And one of them is here from Robert and Torre. They speak about how to use feedback and reflection to create trust among the students and trust between the students and the instructors. So a very question that keeps coming back is, what if I have a large classroom? Imagined assessment in a large classroom. So first, I want to say that I do understand that and it's not always possible, but I wanted to include this example by Merv is at York University. He retired now, but he kinesiology is for his large classroom, I think 800 students. He decided to remove all the traditional imagine all the assessment in there. So he used memes and he used interviews and he used so many different the way of grading. What he did is he created a 6-part video, so 6 videos to how he did his assessment, why, and how did he grade it, and what did he learn. There are so many interesting lessons there. So if you have time and if you teach a large classroom, I recommend that you check this out. So those are the examples that I chose now, but there are a lot more examples that you can see on the website. I am going to put these links. So this is our website. We have a LinkedIn profile that shares all the videos. We also share them on Twitter and on YouTube. And at the end, I'm going to put this form. So if you are interested in staying in touch or in being one of the champions or in working on reimagined assessment, feel free to fill the form and I will contact you. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. That was a great talk. You've been busy, really. You really have. What a fantastic collection of resources. Yeah, I mean, if you would be willing to share those with everyone, I mean, that's absolutely amazing. And I know that there'll be people here as well who will be in contact with you. I really hope so, to kind of to help build that resource as well, because that's what these events are really about, is building all of these great examples of practice that have been going on for a while now, just so everyone else can kind of see what's going on and learn from it. And it's thanks to lovely people like yourself taking the time to do this. So thank you so much.